What's going on, everybody? My name is Kells and I smell really good. And this is going to be the Lattafa Asad Bourbon first impressions. Stay tuned. Alright guys, before we get into today's video, you already know the drill. If you're not already subbed, please make sure you hit subscribe if you like fragrance content, and also hit that bell so you're notified when I release content. So I did get Lattafa's Asad Bourbon in, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it. I wore it all day today. We're gonna get into it. First off, I feel like the box is a little nicer than the other ones. Here's the box, just like the Asad box, but this one's brown, and I don't remember if the other ones had the thing. It's like the plaque coming off. I don't know if they were in the box. I don't know. Decent box, nothing crazy. There's the bottle. So I saw some people, obviously people were speculating what this was gonna smell like. Saw a lot of Altair, Grand Soir, stuff like that. I mean, it's a vanilla amber fragrance. I was like, I don't think it's gonna be an Altair, but I wouldn't be surprised because you know how these houses are, cloning each other nonstop. So wouldn't have been surprised with that. But this is not an Altair clone. It's not even a Grand Soir clone. What you're gonna get when you spray this, automatically you're gonna get a lot of vanilla, obviously. You're gonna get some like spice in there. It's like kind of smells like cinnamon, but I believe it's nutmeg in there. You're gonna get vanilla, spices. You're gonna get cacao for sure. There is like a chocolatey cocoa pod, cacao vibe, some amber. And apparently there's a Mirabelle note in there. And that had people saying that it smells like Scandal Absolute. I've smelled Scandal Absolute. I don't own it. This doesn't give me vibes of that really, other than being really sweet. It doesn't give me vibes of that. I saw people saying it smells like Bad Boy Extreme, which it does not. That is like one of my favorite designer fragrances. It doesn't smell like Bad Boy Extreme at all. That's a heavy patchouli fragrance. Sure, they both have cacao, but nothing like that in my opinion, other than being really sweet. What this kind of gives me vibes of, it's kind of like a Stronger With You flanker. This smells like it would be in the Armani Stronger With You line to me a little bit. So they use bourbon vanilla in this. So there is like a slight, especially in the opening, there's like a slight like boozy whiskey kind of vibe. And that's probably where obviously the bourbon comes from. But like I said, later on the dry down, it kind of goes away. And you're kind of left with just like a powdery vanilla and cacao type of fragrance, in my opinion. I had sprayed this on, and at first I was like, okay, this smells like something. It reminds me of something. I couldn't put my finger on it. But then I let it sit for a while, and I was like, damn, that really smells like it would be in the Stronger With You line. Like, it doesn't smell just like Stronger With You, but it just has that kind of vibe, man. It smells like something in that line. It's a pretty solid fragrance. Like I said, I've worn it all day. It lasted, without reapplying, it lasted me about 5 hours, unless I was totally nose blind. I don't know. I don't think it's very loud right now. I did reapply later in the night, and I put a lot on. I think I put like 15 sprays on just to just see what it did. And it was a little overwhelming at that for me. So it got a little bit cloying and annoying, or at that, that range of sprays. It's one of those heavy, like sweet fragrances. So if you spray a ton of this, it might kind of annoy you. And I love sweet fragrances. But my verdict on this is, I do enjoy. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. I wanted to mention, it does kind of. So if you remember Asad Zanzibar, which I have down there somewhere, the blue one, the vanilla in this reminds me of that a little bit. I don't know. It just does. But all in all, I think it's a good fragrance. I enjoy the way it smells. Do I think it's something you need to go out and buy right now? No, I personally don't. I don't think it's anything groundbreaking. It's not anything new, really. Oh yeah, I'm stupid. One more thing, Bad Boy EDT. It might give me a little bit of that vibe. But nothing groundbreaking. Nothing you need to go out and get right now. Just smells good. It's a nice sweet fragrance. If you don't have any like cacao type of fragrances in your collection, I would grab it. I do think the longer I let this sit and mature, I do think it's going to get a lot better, as with like all Lattafa fragrances. But right now, I'd say it's about a I'd give it like a 7 out of 10 right now. Solid fragrance. It's worth picking up, but it's not something you need to go get right now, in my opinion. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. I really appreciate everybody for all the support. Before I get out of here, please make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. And if you want to keep smelling really good, make sure you keep tuning in.